Alright, here's the battle against Crimson some numbers, and I know I'm a Satan, so alright, he's leading off with D-Knight, and he's gonna switch out of there fearing the trick, but I don't go for trick, I go for yawn because it's cooler. And now he's sleepy, but he tricks his scarf on me and he takes my lumberry, and that's bad because now he won't be sleeping. So I just go for rocks, and yeah, the Lum wakes him up, and I go to Heatran, which is a sub-Tran, and he takes the Shadow Ball nicely, but the special defense lower happens, and now that is not good. So I'm not liking that, and I'm going to go into Lantern, who takes the Thunderbolt, and it goes for Air Slash. I don't know, it did nothing, and I don't know. So I just T-Wave him, and he's all slow. And I'm just going for Surf to get some damage on this thing, because it's got no item, no leftovers, and it was a Scarf. But now it just took my leftovers, and I have no item. So that's bad. And then I try to predict the switch into D-Knight, but that does not happen. And he just goes for Shadow Ball, and that does damage. So I don't have leftovers now, and I'm thinking I might need this later in the game. So I just go back into Heatran, who takes the Shadow Ball, and his special defense gets lowered again. So I'm still not liking that. And I'm just gonna go for sub, hoping that he switches, knowing because I can like kill him now. And he doesn't switch, so I'm like, damn. So I'm just gonna go for Fire Blast to kill this thing off. I'm getting ahead of myself. Leftovers. Yeah, but he switches into Pert, and I am not scared of this thing at all because I have Celebi. Yeah. And it does not much to the Pert, so I'm just gonna get out of there and go into Celebi. And yeah, walls it pretty nicely. Just takes the Earthquake, and that does nothing. So I go for Leech Seed, predicting. Oh damn it! There's so much leftovers. Leech Seed predicting switch, but he doesn't switch, and he goes for Ice Beam. So I'm like, all right. He's just gonna stay in and die. Or wait, no. Now he sees that I predicted Leech Seed. Now I think he's gonna switch now. Yeah, I predict the switch again, and he goes for rocks this time. I'm like, okay. Now he's gonna switch out since he's got rocks up and everything, so we can use this thing later against my Heatran, which walls it pretty nicely. So predict the switch again, and it doesn't happen, and I'm like, god fucking damn it. And he goes for Ice Beam, and that does damage. So now I'm thinking, alright, he's leaving this thing in to die. So I'm gonna go for a Grass Knot. But then, my fuck. So much leftovers, Leech Seed. Yeah, he finally switches out when I finally go for Grass Knot, and I'm like, god damn it. And that does nothing to Rotom because it's really light and it's not very effective. So I switch into Heatran, who's just gonna take Shadow Ball, and he gets third special defense lower in a row, which is kind of bullshit. So I'm like, alright, I've had enough of this thing. I'm gonna kill it with a Fire Blast, and he doesn't go in Swampert, which is good. So that thing dies, and yeah, leftovers. He goes into Zangus, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? And I'm pretty sure this thing's Scarfed because that's the only set that's viable in OU, I guess. And yeah, just Uxie just takes it like nothing, and I just go for a U-turn predicting the switch, or just Scout because I'm Scarfed now. And I go into Celebi because this Celebi fucks this thing up quite nicely. So I am tired of predicting the switch on this thing, so I'm just gonna go for a Grass Knot, and that does a lot. And it dies. I'm like, yeah, I killed it. Finally. And what did he send in? He sends in something. Infernape. I'm like, okay. I'm not scared of this thing at all, because, yeah. And I just use Uxie as fodder for his overheat. And then I go into my, it gets a crit. And I don't think it mattered, but whatever. And I go into Nova Scotia, the, Dugtrio, which can outspeed this thing. So he just goes for Mach Punch, and that doesn't kill me. And he's trapped, so I'm like, Earthquake. And, it's gonna kill that thing. And he's like, God damn it, why do you use a Dugtrio? And I'm like, 'cause it's cool. So he's going into this thing, and I'm scared of it 'cause it's scarfed and it can kill me. So I go into my Gera, who intimidates it, and he's going for a Shadow Claw, predicting the switch to Selby. But that doesn't work out. So I just go for Dragon Dance on the switch, 'cause it's good. But he goes into this thing which gets intimidated off. I'm like, okay, I can outspeed this thing and kill it with a Stone Edge, so that's cool. And now this thing is dead, so yeah, that kills it, I think. Yep. So that's pretty dead, and he's gonna send in his D-Knight. And I'm like, alright, I'll kill this with Stone Edge. And it hits, which is nice. And it does not kill it, so I'm like, fucking goddamn it. He gets a Draco Meteor off. I'm like, oh, my Gare sweep is ended. But I live it somehow with 21 HP, and then Life Orb kills him, and that's cool. So he's going into his last thing, which is Zangoose, and he outspeeds me because I guess he's max speed. I think these things have the same base speed, I'm not sure. And I go into Dugtrio, get the Sucker Punch off, and that does not kill it. So barely doesn't kill it, and then I lose my Dugtrio and I'm like, poopy. And go into Heatran, and it takes it, the Shadow Claw, 68 HP, and Earth Power, and I win. Yay!